Hello, I am a recent cat owner. Hello, kitty. All right, I'll put you down. You can tell. And one thing I've been wondering is what's life like through the vantage of a cat? Well, what better way to explore that than through the lens of a cat? In the 2022 hit, I would call it an indie game, Stray, that released for PS4 and it released for Xbox One last year. I had been itching to play this game. It looked so cool. You play as a stray cat, unlike mine, it was domesticated. And you explore this apocalyptic, what looks Japanese city, but I did do a little research, and it's actually based aesthetically in an area called Kowloon Walled City. Have you guys heard of it?
Nope.
Mm-mm.
Kowloon Walled City was an extremely densely populated and largely ungoverned enclave of China. Notice
I know this.
was.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was like a British subsidiary for like 100 years and became so dense and populated and unruly that they demolished it in the 80s. And the concept is, I guess, you're going through the the ruins of this city, and instead of being populated by people, it's populated by these little dark critters called the Zerk. These little spider-like guys. I've set off my Pomodoro alarm.
What have you done? It's a bomb. Like a bomb defusal mid episode.
Yeah.
Dun, dun, dun.
He's only got 30 seconds. It's real MacGruber
Successful
scenario.
diffusion there.
Nice.
But that's not all it is, because the more that you go through the levels and areas, the more you learn about some of the mishappenings. It's not even populated by people. It's populated by robots. These cool, fancy looking robots with this cool like headgear and just kind of wearing any kind of gear. It starts off like you're in the slums, actually. Like that's one of the major areas that you make your way to. And it becomes kind of open world. Up to that point, it was kind of jumping and running and jumping. Your way to that area. And I love the description for this game. It's called a third-person cat adventure game. Like that's the genre. But it really is like playing a modern game as a small creature. I think it's perfect for mini month
Yeah.
because um, I'm so used to exploring these areas in the Unreal Engine that a lot of games begin to look and feel the same. But when you're playing Stray, it's like you're literally doing that from the smallest possible perspective, and everything's so huge. Like I almost felt like I was playing Resident Evil 3 remake, but just like as a tiny creature. And the robots in comparison are these behemoths, these Goliaths upon nature, and so that was really interesting. The game does have a bit of a narrative that keeps you kind of wondering like what happened here. You get partnered with a drone buddy at some point, and also the city is walled off. So there's no light, so you have to use the light to your advantage. I really loved exploring. The music is phenomenal. And by the way, this game has a lot of great vantages. And what I mean by that is like a lot of great still pictures of environments, or even if there's little places where you could just cuddle up as a cat. You could go nestle in a robot's arms or in these blankets or something, and then the screen starts to pan out. I've considered using them for outro videos. It's a really breathtaking game. It's gorgeous. Sometimes it does show, like the cat, I think, kind of looks not entirely fleshed out. He's a little critter, but so I do think with a higher budget, it might have even looked better. But it is a great looking game. It's a great playing game, and I think it bends the genre on its head because it almost operates like a 3D point and click. Like you're looking in different environments, and then like say I see an air conditioner up there. If I look up at it, I could press A, I could jump on the air conditioner, I could jump to the rooftop, I could jump to the top of another building, I could jump in a bucket, and then the bucket starts going down the buildings. All of this cool environmental obstacles, hazards, and just things to play with. It is a literal playground for a cat. And all the while, you get treated to a nice little story and some great visuals, some great music, and it's pretty quick. My runtime was about 4 hours and 28 minutes. So I had a great time with Stray, and I think you can too.
Yeah, I've played this one. I have it. It's a cute, short little adventure to me. But I was really just like amazed by the presentation of it all. To me, it is a beautiful looking game, and also just like the as a cat owner myself, just the way they like got the the articulation and movement of a cat down pretty well. Like, and like it's so nice to be able to play a game like that. It's like that's the appeal. Is like you get to be a cat, you know. It's like I'm down. But yeah, I like this game a whole lot too. I will say though, there's robots, and I talked about robots. This turning into the robot month, Spencer. You better get under control.
Oh, I will.
Got humanity coming back for the final finale.
Maybe. Maybe. But anyway, we're on Stray. Were you saying that it's more platformer or more contextual based movement? And by that I mean like I I I almost don't really consider obviously platform would be like Mario or whatever those kinds of games. But like
X.
Mario. But like for contextual based, I'm thinking more like Uncharted, that style where there's moments of jumping, but it's often based off of the way that the level is designed, where your jumps go and how they operate. Would you say it's more that way or more like straight up platformer?
It just depends. I mean, because some parts are kind of more, I wouldn't call them automatic sequences, but it's like you're going behind the frame of the cat and you got things chasing you, and then you are going kind of side to side. I almost get Sonic Adventure vibes, kind of going like rail to rail, things like that.
Run around at the
But
speed
you
sign.
are running while you're doing it. But when you get to those more open areas, the slums, I don't want to spoil too much, but there's like a tree area. There's another like little cyber city. Those it's definitely contextual because you are looking for the next piece of the puzzle. Where do I have to go next? How do I find the doctor? How do I find Clementine? And kind of using the clues. Like you pick up little items and it's like you got to bring somebody a soda or a drink or a pair of keys, and the ways that you do it are like little miniature puzzles in and of themselves. And that's what I meant by like the kind of point and click nature. Like some of them actually do kind of get you thinking like, did I go here? Did I do everything here? What's next? And did I talk to everybody? Like, I really do get the sense of it's like, it's not just running and jumping as a cat. It's you facilitating a story by what you choose to do. You're a little mischief maker. I remember just knocking buckets of paint off the top of a roof, and then the guy downstairs in the laundry room gets pissed, and then he opens the door, and that's how you get in. So, like, I really like those moments because it is an exercise in critical thinking. It's not just running and jumping as a cat.
That's good to hear because I
cat
remember when
owner.
this was coming out, I was like on the fence about playing it. I don't really like animals, but if I had to pick between dogs and cats, I'm a cat person. We have a cat. It's not really mine, but it's ours, I guess. But I don't respect her. But
Do you like her but don't respect her? Is that what you're saying?
yeah, I like her, but like, do I respect her? That's a different question.
It's iffy.
It's a little iffy on that one, but I was worried when this came out that it was just like a walking simulator, but because it was from a cat's perspective, because everyone was excited about it and happy with it. I was nervous it would just be a walking simulator and everyone was giving it a pass because it was with a cat. So I'm glad to hear that there's actual like gameplay elements to it. That's good.
Yeah. It's like there's definitely set pieces, that are like set to that are contextual, But yeah. You know what? I'm gonna call bullshit though, because you're playing as an orange tabby, and I have an orange tabby, and orange tabbies are always hungry. Mine doesn't shut up. I can feed him, and like 30 minutes later, he's like asking me for food, and I'm like, dude, you just ate.
Same
So
with ours.
I'm gonna call bullshit on this cat. He should be begging everybody for food. That's the whole game. You do have
It's
a
only
meow
4 hours. The feeding schedule is like every 6, so I think he just ate.
button. You do have a meow button, so you could just tell everybody meow.
There's a meow button. I guess
There's
Yeah.
a meow
I'm
button.
sure they use it
Yeah,
to like
yeah.
get people's attention or something. That's cool.
So
Yeah.
not really. It's just a cute little thing.
It's just cute to have a meow button, because you're a cat, so you want a meow button.
I'm watching the
You
trailer.
do have
here,
a.
and
Oh, go ahead.
at the end of the trailer, like it's this dramatic trailer, whatever, but it's cute. But there's this trailer, and at the end it's just the cat, and then I don't have the volume on because why would I? But in the subtitles it just says meow. I guess.
Oh, that's what he said.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, the only downside of this game to me was the length. That was why I kind of, I mean, I put off like a year buying it because I saw that it was short, and I was like, I don't know how much I'm gonna play it, you know. So it was like I wanted to wait till it was cheaper. But I think now you can get it for pretty cheap, probably.
Yeah, it's normally priced at $29.99, which is a little steep. I admit. I waited for a sale, and I didn't wait for that much of one. I paid like 20. I think it's still on sale right now, but at our time of recording. But yeah, and the replayability, like, I don't know. I would play it again. I didn't collect all the memories. I think that's a cute little thing. And then I would honestly, taking completion out of it, I would just play it to enjoy the presentation again, just to see some of those backgrounds and kind of jack them for my own videos or something. You know, that could be cool. But no, I don't have too many downsides. I do think a little replayability would be cool. Like if there was an update where you could play as one of the other cats, not a tabby. I don't know, even just a little thing like that.
What is your take? I don't think I've ever asked you this before, Teddy. What is your take on post-apocalyptic worlds?
Well, like cyber cities, cyberpunk stuff.
Just in general, post-apocalyptic. Like, which ones do you like? Which ones do you prefer? Is this down your alley?
Well, this one is for sure, and that may be a downside. Like, I don't really feel like there's like, you know, a lot of modern amenities in gaming. I think I'm too used to them, like where you could just go dick around at an arcade or something.
Mhm.
There's none of that really. You get to enjoy environments and listen to people, but I think that's kind of it. But that is the appeal. That's what's so great about it.
So simplistic. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little basic, but not problematic because I understand what the game is. It's not Halo, you know. So, you know, bad comparison, but comparatively, like, you know, when it comes to like Yakuza or something, I do like those kind of worlds, and they're not apocalyptic, but like I do think of like that metropolitan, urban kind of like dense and like kind of visually stimulating area. I think I like those. If we went to Japan, I'd probably freaking love it, you know. But I'd probably get overwhelmed in a week. And then when it comes to apocalyptic, I do think it can be played out. Like by the time like iRobot was showing, I was just like, all right, you know, I get it. Like,
Yeah.
In terms of the environment, to me, the closest thing, Spencer, was probably The Last of Us with all the vegetation and stuff.
Oh,
So,
okay. It has that, like the
yeah.
overgrowth.
Yeah, it has like overgrowth stuff throughout the areas. Call it the cat of us.
Yeah, I like post-apocalyptic worlds because it's everyone's is unique. Like everyone has a different way of expressing what they think the world would be like if humans were just kind of gone. And I like learning like the visual storytelling of understanding like, okay, in this world it's like the overgrowth happened and it broke through society and it's like coming out of the ground. It's coming out of the asphalt that was once like just a straight black line. And then some people's like this one, it seems, are more vibrant, even though there aren't humans, but they managed to get humanity going again, looks like, or just living going again by all these computers and robots. It's interesting because I'm looking at they look like they have like the heads of like older style monitors, which is kind of funny.
yeah, one guy's got a set of speakers up here.
Yeah.
Got megaphones.
Daft Punk.
Yeah. So it's always fun to see people's take on the apocalypse and what that would look like. I'm always curious.
Yeah, and then even the question of like, do androids dream? You know, are they robots or are they human? You know, what are they?
Yeah.
Maybe they're French musicians. You know, maybe they're all Daft Punk.
Maybe they're all Daft Punk. Yeah.
They're all.
Hey, I met one named Chopin.
Well, I always think, yeah, like I like saying that too, Spencer. Like, I always think of Last of Us or Nier, where it's like it's post-apocalyptic, but it's like very vibrant, and beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like on that level. You know,
Yeah, looks nice.
very very cool, very pleasant. It's an apocalypse I would want to live in.
Hey, don't catch a stray. Let stray catch you.
There you go.
Now, when's dog coming out?
October.
Hey y'all, don't forget to subscribe to them button mappers.